Hi there, I'm Amber Anderson. I help leaders learn how to maximize their impact in a way that is authentic, joyful, and expansive through content, coaching, and community. Welcome to the channel. Today, I am going to share an unpopular opinion. That is that I think having an open door policy is terrible for productivity and well being, especially for highly sensitive leaders. We are going to dive into why I think that and what to do instead in today's video, so stay tuned. Like I said, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I really do believe that having an open door policy is a bad idea. Yes, it's important to be accessible and approachable, but being available all the time is the kiss of death for highly sensitive people. It's not really great for anybody's productivity, but for highly sensitive people, it's literally damaging to your well being. We need quiet time to reflect and think without worrying that someone might interrupt us at any moment. And even if you don't realize you're worrying about being interrupted, your subconscious mind is very aware that it can happen at any time. And those subconscious thoughts are burning mental and emotional energy. And that is negatively impacting your ability to focus and be productive. When you first start trying out this new practice, it will be equally distracting and uncomfortable to have a closed door policy because instead of being worried about being interrupted all the time, you're going to be worried about what others are going to think about you and your request to not be disturbed. But trust me, your entire team will benefit from this new practice. According to the book Widen the Window by Dr. Elizabeth Stanley, one study found that 95% of workers said that working privately and distraction free was really important to them, but only 41% said they could do so, and almost a third said they needed to leave the office to get work done. Another study linked working in open office environments with higher stress levels, higher blood pressure, higher turnover, and greater workplace conflict. Moreover, contrary to conventional wisdom, open office environments correlate with significantly less face to face interaction among employees. Without the capacity to close a door, employees are more likely to withdraw socially from their office mates and interact instead via electronic means. I remember this myself when I worked in an open office environment. While I could have just walked over to my colleague, my teammate, my boss, and had a quick conversation, if there was any level of privacy necessary for that conversation, I sent them a quick chat instead, and that's the way we communicated. It was really hard to have any sort of private conversation at all in that space, and it literally limited my face to face interactions with other people. But again, I know this is going to be really uncomfortable for you, especially if you consider yourself a highly sensitive leader. We're really concerned about what other people are going to think. And as a leader, we're used to being servant leaders and being available all the time to the people that need us. That is important, but this is equally important. So, to curb the discomfort and, quite frankly, the distraction of first trying to implement this new routine, I recommend that you try establishing a do not disturb time every single day for the entire team. Get everyone else on board and make sure to explain why. So, for example, maybe from 2 to 3 every afternoon, everyone literally puts D&D on a calendar invite on their own calendars, a meeting on their own calendars, turns off their notifications, and spends that time doing whatever is best for them to advance the work that day. The point is that everyone keeps to themselves. Nobody chats, emails, knocks on doors, walks up to others to the best of your ability, if you can control it within your intact team, during that 60 minutes or 90 minutes. You will be amazed at how efficient and productive everyone can be during this time. Quite frankly, how much better everyone's going to feel at the end of the day for it. So, again, the important thing is to establish and clearly communicate expectations, including why this will be a valuable practice for the entire team. You're giving everyone an opportunity to do their deep work or that super thinking, that time to advance important work. Maybe they have to do research. Maybe it's just catching up on emails. Also, communicate when it's okay to break that do not disturb boundary for urgent matters. Provide examples that are relevant to your work and your team of when you might need to interrupt each other during this do not disturb time, and establish that on the front end so people aren't distracted and worried about, I really need an answer from you, but I know it's do not disturb hours, so I don't know how to approach you on this, but I'm stuck and can't advance my work without an answer. That might be an example. Like anything new, this is going to be challenging for you and probably the rest of the team at first. But once it becomes routine, everyone will be more efficient and productive just because of this one 60-minute block on the calendar every day, or even just once a week. Start once a week, start small. You'll also find that you feel better. You're going to be happier and much less frazzled at the end of every day or at the end of every week, which will also positively impact your family, your friends, and your loved ones outside of the work environment. There are really so many benefits to this practice. So, while really the purpose of this video is to encourage you as a highly sensitive leader to implement this practice, because I really do understand and believe fully that it's critical to your success as a leader to have some downtime, some alone time, some quiet time to reflect and think and advance the work. But again, it's safe to say that everyone you work with is going to benefit from this as well, especially your direct team. People will appreciate someone else taking the lead on establishing this new workplace routine. It might be surprising how far beyond your team it goes. In a previous organization, I had a team of 12 and we implemented no Monday meetings. Technically, it was no Monday meeting afternoons. We always had our team huddle around 11 a.m. on Monday morning. So we established what our priorities for the week were. And then we got a running a head start on advancing all that work by agreeing to no meetings within our team and, if at all possible, outside of our team for that entire afternoon. This was really successful on my team, and other teams across the organization ended up implementing the same practice, and it became pretty popular. Trust me, once you put it in place, others are going to follow. This, of course, applies more to quote unquote knowledge workers who work in a traditional office environment, but it's important for highly sensitive people to find a way to spend a few minutes alone, regardless of the work setting that you're in. If you're one of the many employees that now works from home full time, or even if you're in a hybrid situation, this is going to be a little bit easier for you. Really, in that case, it's more about protecting blocked time on your calendar to have quiet alone time when you don't feel like you're needing to be in your inbox all the time or responding to chats right away or even seeing chats coming in. I actually recommend that you walk away from your computer during your do not disturb time if you work from home. Again, if you have work to do that you can do off your computer, that will work for you. If you're in a traditional setting, going to the office every day or even a few days a week, and it's an open office environment, you might need to get a little bit creative. For example, can you book a small conference room and take a meeting by yourself for an hour each day or even each week? Or maybe you have some cozy ancillary spaces around the building or around campus that you can duck into from time to time to do some reflection and some thinking to advance the work. When I used to work in an open office environment, I was known to get in my car and drive a few buildings away to somebody else's parking lot and just sit there for an hour or 90 minutes to recover from the constant stimulation that was the open office environment. I got some of my best work done from my car back in those days. So there you have it. I am not encouraging you to never be accessible to your team. I know that is ridiculous, but you should have at least an hour every single week. Every single day is really best practice at a minimum, so you can be by yourself, so you can reflect, so you can think, so you can do some deep work and advance the work. Implement this for your entire team. They will thank you for it. Trust me. So, this is not just about kind of finding balance and recharging from constant stimulation in an office environment or back to back to back meetings. It's really about better well being for you and your team and better efficiency and productivity. Give it a try, even if just for a week. Let me know how it goes. I promise you won't regret it. Thanks for watching. And before we go, I just want to remind you that you now can get 24/7 Q&A access to me, your leadership coach, via a new AI that I have called Ask Amber. You can ask me any question about any video ever posted on this channel. The AI will scan all of the hours of content for you, create a customized answer, and get it back to you within seconds. This thing is really cool. I really encourage you to check it out. So there's a link in the description below. It's very clear, very obvious where to click the link, enter your name, enter your email, and ask away. If you're not finding what you're looking for, it just probably means I haven't created a video about it yet. But of course, I'm going to want to because I'm here to help you. So let me know what you're looking for. I will build it into the content production schedule and let you know when it's coming. So in the link below, sign up. You'll have 24/7 access to ask me anything about any of the videos posted on this channel. It's very cool. I will see you there.